Hello everyone, and welcome to Porterhouse Skyrim Mod Reviews. I'm your host Porterhouse, and that's no bull. Alright everyone, I have an extra special treat for you all today, but first I want to answer a question that somebody asked me via message, and I think I've been asked this before, but I'm going to answer it again anyway. They asked me what was my favorite between Fallout 4 and Skyrim. Now, without hesitation, I can say Skyrim. Now, Fallout 4 is not a bad game, but it's not really terrific either as far as the plot, options, and the number of factions that you can join. Also, while there are some truly terrific mods out there for the game, it's missing some of the basics like a decent skeleton. The vanilla one is horrible. If you pose your character in certain poses, it just looks nasty. It's also missing true HDT physics, but at least we have been making strides toward getting those, and I thank those mod authors for their efforts. Now, I'm not blaming mod makers for the lack of a decent skeleton and so on, so don't yell at me in the comments. I suspect that the slow development of these types of mods has to do with the way Bethesda structured the game. I don't know if that was on purpose. I kind of doubt it. And also, even with some of the truly great EMBs out there, the lighting is often, kind of sketchy, and even the best skin textures don't look great except under very specific circumstances. Hell, you can't even put a specific expression on your own character's face without breaking the camera view. But thanks to the efforts of folks like Nero, Skibata, Greek Rage, and many, many other modsmiths, the game is getting better, but it's not as good as Skyrim. Anyway, speaking of modsmiths, looking back, there have been plenty of mods out there that I have downloaded and used that have been absolutely enjoyable. And now I find myself wishing that I had been a mod reviewer back then. Well, I got a chance at a second bite of the apple with one of these mods. The author of one of my very favorite quest mods, quest/follower mods, rewrote and re-released his mod. This is Marisi, Tales of Trouble by Q. Before everyone jumps on me about the name, that is how the mod author told me it was pronounced. The original mod was a superb piece of work, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, so I was a tad worried that the new one might not be as fulfilling as the first. Now, I needn't have worried and found it to be even better than the first. I did play the mod fully to one of the possible endings, but for this review I am not going to provide any intentional spoilers. Though I will warn you, some things you see in this review might be considered spoilers, and I may drop a hint or two, so be warned. Now, Q has included a wonderful scripted installer that allows you to choose the voice actress playing the part of Mercy, including the original voice actress. Either way you go, both of them are very talented and emote the part very well. You can then choose the body types, either UMP or CBBE, and for my playthrough I chose CBBE because that's my favorite. Next, you have face texture variants that you can select to adjust Mercy's face to your liking, and then you can choose face model variants that you can pick and choose according to your preferences. Finally, there is a checkbox that you can click on if you have the unofficial Skyrim Legendary Patch or FNIS installed. I have both, so naturally I will select that. Now, make sure you're careful with that. The mod author went through the trouble to put a sticker up there that says warning, so make sure you pay attention to that part of the install. Our story starts on the road between Whiterun and the Western Watchtower. You'll run into a group of Thalmor escorting a Khajiit prisoner, and you will have the option to just listen to the conversation or butt in forcefully with an axe. Either way, this will start you on your journey to meeting Marisi. The author gives you several options during almost every encounter to choose the path most suited to your style of play. Now, this is typical of all the encounters and conversations in this mod, and each will lead you down a different path, so be sure to read each of those options carefully before choosing. Also, Q has set up a point system that establishes a relationship level with Marisi that can and will change your dialogue options with her. The path you can take will diverge wildly from being a slaver tyrant to romance with the main character. There are several reoccurring NPCs in the game that you will talk to while playing that will advance the quest in different directions. Some of them are quite helpful and friendly, while others are dark and twisted. Not everyone is as they seem, and their reasons for hindering or helping you vary across a wide range of subplots. I'm extremely pleased with the character development in this mod. Q fully fleshed out the reasons for Marisi being the way she is. At first, her past is a closed book, but as you advance in the quest, you will discover more and more about her, and her behavior and motivations start making more sense. Even some minor NPC encounters, as short as they are, rapidly establish the personality of those NPCs. For instance, it is quickly discovered that Salthazar is greedy, naturally because he's a thief, but also a lech and a coward. Conversely, the character of Rianne is kindly and caring. Every NPC in the mod has their quirks and traits, and Q did a wonderful job of making that show. In fact, in some cases, the job was so well done that I really relished the act of sticking a sword into that particular NPC. The voice acting is absolutely wonderful, and all of the actors did a smashing job of realistically representing their characters. I was especially pleased with the portrayal of Salthazar, Rianne, and Eziel, and of course Marisi herself. All of the lines were smooth, believable, and expressed depth. Now, as I mentioned previously, the plot varies wildly depending on your choices, but no matter what route you take, the flow of the story is polished and believable. There are a number of interesting subplots to explore and interactions that change over time, depending on your reputation standing with Marisi, and all of it was neatly done. Honestly, even after reloading some of my save games and making different choices, it is obvious that I have barely scratched the surface of all the available plots. A lot of the subquests will change Marisi for good or bad depending on your choices, and the outcome will alter everything from the way she acts towards you to how effective she is in combat, so choose wisely. I want to briefly touch on scripting and the mod mechanics. I do remember in the original mod that I had a few issues with the scripts firing correctly, and I had to reload and then try again. With this version, the scripting worked flawlessly. Marisi chats constantly, making observations and remarks regarding your character and your surroundings, and some of them were quite humorous, especially because my character May, who I used for this review, is a werewolf. Now, there are a ton of options that range from how to dress Marisi to teaching her new skills, and the mechanisms in place to accomplish these tasks functioned without an error. Keep in mind that a lot of these mechanisms are only available depending on how much she trusts you. As a follower, Marisi has several neat features. She can be teleported to you, be instructed where to live, ride her own special mount, and can carry things for you. In addition, she is compatible with vanilla followers and does not add to your follower count. Now we're going to take a brief break from my yip-yapping, and I'm going to show you some clips of Marisi in action, and after that I will give you my thoughts on this mod. Sit back, relax, and we will be back in a bit.
Yeah. Bullseye. Wouldn't stay at your coffin, huh? keep seeing it through.
As you saw from the action clips, Marisi is a fantastic support archer who will pepper your enemies with arrows. She can fulfill other roles as well, but to me she felt just right as an archer. Now, as far as this mod goes, I absolutely love the way this new version turned out. Honestly, I have barely scratched the surface of this mod, but only because there are so many neat subquest features and options that I just don't have time to cover them in a single mod review. Q has really woven together a fine mod out of many threads that depicts a tapestry of adventure, danger, dark magic, betrayal, and redemption/damnation. All of the NPCs are exquisitely done, from their appearance to voice dialogue options, and no matter which main plotline you pursue, the story is engaging and fun. By replaying the mod over and over, you can explore different plots, giving you lots and lots of satisfying hours of gameplay. This is indeed a quest/follower mod at its finest. Now, I encourage you to download this mod and try it out, and if you enjoyed as much as I have, then please remember to endorse it and vote it up for File of the Month. If you enjoyed my review of Marisi's Tales of Troubles, please hit that like button and subscribe if you have not already done so. Once again, I'm your host Porterhouse, and I will see you all at the next review.